Hello, it's Saturday. It's nighttime. I'm just here to check in and see how you're doing and how you're holding up and give you some insights about what happened for me in my day today. So, I've been pretty regimented and pretty on track for the last little while and fairly rigid around the times of day I get up, the things that I do in a day. Of course, giving myself the grace when those things can't be accommodated and or it's just not the flow of the day. And so for Saturdays, because I can stay in bed a little bit longer, I did that this morning and just had some rest, which felt really good. And then when I got up, I noticed, I immediately went into that sort of frenzied panic place because I was behind what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be on track. I'm supposed to have done this on my list of things to do. And that way I know that I'm ticking off those to-dos, those goals that I have every day that I have agreed to. I have a level of commitment to, certainly. And there's a level of joy, absolutely, that comes from doing that experience. Did you hear that? Doing that experience. And so that's where I found myself today, was just, really questioning. There were so many things that I needed to write. And I, Tanya Horn, blah, 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 la, la, la. And I noticed about halfway through that my body was tight because I had all these things to do. And instead of just being present in every moment and letting the words flow from head to heart to hand, I was, trying to do it faster and faster and faster. And then I thought, well, what am I rushing to? Like, where am I going? Why do I feel like I need to rush through this so that I can check it off and say that I've done it? It's something I probably picked up, like a lot of you, potentially, along the way, right? This feeling that we always need to be at task, doing and doing and doing and doing. And then once we're done, then we can get to our real lives where we get to have fun and enjoy ourselves and be present and quirky and funny and, plug into things like TV and or YouTube and or things that, can take us away from the sort of everyday of every moment. And then I started to think, it's kind of like how I've been eating my meals. Just, do the task, do the homework, do the intensity of that work. And again, I am gaining amazing depth and understanding and gifts like you would not believe. So I'm dedicated, but I'm trying to find a way to find some sort of flow so that it works, so that it's not all time consuming and I don't feel like I'm doing my life still, even though in those glimpses, in those moments when I'm actually centered and balanced and in depth in those moments and actually being present in those moments, it is an amazing feeling. It's so rich in my body because I can sense and feel that I'm literally living in the now. Again, not a place I've lived a lot over the years. It's a place that I visited from time to time. I knew about it. It was something that I dreamed about, that I would at some point in time in my life get to that place. But there was just so many things that were standing in the way of that happening, into and including this piece of harboring resentments, which I was talking about yesterday, and needing to carry that stuff because I had self-righteous anger that I was hurt, and that if I somehow let that go, that it would be saying that was okay. I don't even know what the thought is, and ultimately logically doesn't make sense, but crazy making it can be. And there I was carrying it around for years and years and years, and to my own harm. And I wonder why we talk to ourselves negatively. I wonder why we promote the things that we don't want to believe about ourselves, and sort of get into that frenzied place where we're just not in our own bodies, where we're not feeling a sense of relaxation. It often reminds me when people are like, I'm really good multitasker. And I'm like, no, you're good at pretending that you can do two things at once. And although you may have trained yourself to actually do that and do it well, it isn't good for us to have broken focuses. I know that when I'm skimming the top and I'm just tapping on things as I go, I'm not actually experiencing the rich depth that's available in that moment potentially. In every moment. of every day. And so I'm noticing now that I'm food journaling. Now, granted, in the last week, I haven't been really dedicated to that. I've been, skimming the surface, writing it down on the go because I've got 1,000 other things going on. And prioritizing things because I feel like it should go in sequential order, and I have some rigidity around that, and I'm not movable or flowing on that point. And, from that, there's this chaos that happens because there's papers everywhere, and I don't know, nothing's organized, and I don't know whether I wrote that down. So, I'm trying to put a system in place because I haven't always been really good at that. I've been good at writing things down, but they get lost because they're not in order. There's no order to any of that. So at this point in time, I'm trying to create some order in my life so that I also have within that structure some order, so that there's a system in place so it doesn't feel like this, too much to do. I'm so stressed out. I don't know what to do next. I can't think. Oh, I'll do my to-do list and to do. And, oh, right, I probably should make some time for some being today. But I don't have time because I'm so busy doing. And I don't know if you experience that same thing, but I tell you, it's mind-blowing to me the times during a day that I go in and out of that. I'm just like, this is actually crazy. But I'm getting faster and faster and faster at catching it, allowing myself the moment to realize it, get into curiosity about that. Isn't that interesting about me? I wonder what that serves. I wonder what purpose that serves. I wonder what the answer is. I wonder what the lesson, that keeps coming up in that place. I wonder what it is that I haven't learned yet about that thing. The one thought, the something I'll hear, the something I'll do, the something I'll be in front of today that will all of a sudden switch into another shift. Whew. It reminds me of a Tetris game, like when you get a Tetris and it's just like, yeah, when it lands in that place. And so every day, I do a little bit more to get a little bit more organized. And today was one of those days when I told myself the truth. Like, you're just skimming the top with this health stuff. You're not taking it seriously. It's actually out of alignment with what you say that you want. And you're acting out of alignment with that. That's incongruent. And really, realistically, no one else would know, but I know. And I'm trying to be more integral with myself. I'm trying to tell myself the truth about some of the things that I really don't want to be truthful about. The things that may be painful to experience. The things that have stopped me up until now from doing it. I'm scared. I don't know how to do this yet. And so I'm learning. And I am a dedicated learner. I'm a seeker all the way. And I do this on a daily basis because it actually is feeding my soul in a different way. So that my hunger is changing from cramming the content, or cramming the content, or cramming the content, or cramming the content, whatever it is that you're using to avoid the thoughts and feelings that you really intuitively know that you need to step towards, then you're doing yourself a disservice. And I know for me that I am trying to be more honorable, more integral, more loving, more kind, more caring towards myself, so that I can invoke all of those things from internal places where the electricity is so charged and so illuminated that it just beams out. Because I think that's what we're supposed to be doing. It certainly is the only thing that makes sense to me. And right now, as I travel my path and I walk that place from chaos and gray matter and static and everything else, because this has been busy for a long time, but as this starts to slow down, and I start to experience that energy from a different place, having a different experience, really being keenly aware of what my thoughts and my words and my actions are, becoming more accountable to myself and to others around me, and to being kind to myself, giving myself the gift of following through. I've been in full avoidance of a course that I paid for, that I have paid money for. And I'm so scared to go to that place that I do absolutely everything else on my list, possibly, before I get to that, instead of making that my priority. And I'm clear that I've made an investment in my health, and I've made an investment in my wealth, and I've made investments in my spirituality. And at this point in time, it is my job, if I choose so, to actually fully participate in these arenas that I say that I want to be a part of, that I know are going to grow me, that I know keep me so busy that there is literally no time for any guff. There's no time to be lost in the TV, because at night I fall into bed exhausted because I've had a rich, full day. And every day offers me such amazing opportunities for growth and practice. And that's all this is. It's a journey to self-love. I really hope that you're on your own journey to self-love. And right now, you can choose now, and now, and now. Whenever it is that you make the decision to make yourself the highest priority, to give to yourself first, to learn how to love yourself and then others, and to teach other people how to treat you better once you've treated yourself better. I really hope that you've had a blessed day today. And I'm so thankful to have this ability to do the things I'm doing, to make the thoughts, focus into a clearer picture. And my greatest hope is that if I give my gifts away, that somebody may gain something from that. So I'm so thankful that you're here. Please be kind to one another. See you tomorrow.